Hello friends, Chuck, Angie, and Paisley here today. It is February the 11th, 2022. We once again have a beautiful day that feels like spring, even though that's not quite here yet. We're going to go exploring again today in another popular area to ride bikes, walk, take in nature. We're going to be going down into Townsend on a trail that is mostly paved but has some other side excursions along the way. This is the Townsend Historical Trail. It's been there for quite some time. It's a place, that area is a place where I would go when I was young and get in the Little River, which goes along 321 and along the pathway and along the route in which we'll be going to get there. So this is a beautiful area of around us, and it's known as the peaceful side of the Smokies because it's not nearly as developed as, say, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, those areas. So as we go down through there, we'll be stopping at another place at the corner of Ellajoy Road and Old Walland Highway. This is a point at which many people who are more serious bicyclists park and ride because it'll add about 8.3 miles to your bicycle ride, and then it'll link up to where we're going to start for us more less advanced bicyclists, not as adventurous. That section is along the road, and there's traffic there. It can be dangerous at times, so you really need to take care if you're doing that. Use your discretion when doing that. So we'll make some stops along the way, introduce you to some of our favorite areas, places to eat, areas of interest, and we hope that you enjoy the little trip that we'll be taking today.
Let's go.
Hello again. We've made it to our first stop on the way to Townsend. We're here at a very popular location where many people park. There's a free parking area here right along the Little River. Google shows this as the Coulter Bridge, and I'll put a link to that down in the comments so you can see exactly where we're at. There's a sign here at the bridge that says it's in memory of a William Bennett, so that's a marker too. A lot of people fish and swim here, and people, like I mentioned earlier, that are more serious bicyclists will park here and ride down to Townsend from this point. There's a fair amount of traffic on the road behind us, you may see and hear. We're very close to one of the local high schools. Heritage High School and Middle School is just this way. We got here by Ellajoy Road, and it runs kind of in between 321 and 411 to give you a point of reference here. We kind of come the back way to avoid some of the heavier traffic, and it's more scenic and beautiful. So we'll hop out of the car here and walk down to the Little River and give you a view of where we're at this point. Well, we made the trip into Townsend from the Coulter Bridge, where we came from. I hope you enjoyed the time-lapse video in between. We're here at a free parking area just adjacent to the Townsend Volunteer Fire Department. It's a great place to park because it's right at the beginning of this historical trail. We like to begin here, and when you park here, you'll find the first of a few underpasses for bicyclists and people who are walking, so you don't have to cross 321, which could be dangerous because there can be a lot of traffic there. So you'll see this underpass directly, I mean, it's just a few hundred feet probably from where we're at right now. The trail actually goes on both sides of 321, so there are different things for you to explore on either side. On the way down here, you may have noticed that we came off of Old Walland Highway, jumped over to 321, and over to our left, which may be inverted on the camera, I'm not sure, you may have seen the Little River, and at times Old Walland Highway, because it actually continues all the way down into Townsend with the Little River between it and 321. So we're going to get out here, get our box unloaded, get our helmets on for safety.
Well, I've already got mine on.
Yeah, you do. And get on our way to explore Townsend.
Here we go.
Well, we stopped just across the street from where we parked, right across from the Townsend Volunteer Fire Department on this little pedestrian bridge, strictly for people on foot, bicycles, no motorized vehicles are allowed here. It brings you from 321 over to Old Walland Highway. It's a really good view from above of the Little River. Pleasant little place in the shade on a hot day. You can hear the traffic of 321 over to the right. I wish we could hear the water. There will be places along our travels today where we will be able to hear the gurgling of the water a little better. So give you an idea. Let's see if we can. I don't know. It's kind of bright out there. You can see the water behind us. All kinds of little places like this along the path to enjoy, take a leisurely stroll or a vigorous bike ride, whatever may suit your personal circumstances. From here we will be heading down towards Townsend where there are a lot of businesses and other points of interest. So we'll stop along the way to bring you along and let you enjoy this beautiful day with us here in Townsend, Tennessee. See you soon. We're at a place just a short way down the trail here. You might have noticed that there is a rope swing right beside the road here. A great place to swing off of the bank here into a little bit deeper section of water. There's also a beach-like area, a little rocky beach-like area here. A good place for just a few people to put lawn chairs, to wade out, swim a little bit here. This is a place that I used to come when I was just a small child with my parents. Townsend's changed a bit since then, over the last 40 plus years, but it's still beautiful, and there's still little places like this where you can really enjoy natural beauty just right off the side of the road. All of these places are free. They're paid for by tax dollars, and you can use them at your pleasure. Now, during weekdays, well, today is a Friday, early in the day, a lot less traffic here. On the weekends, you're going to find a lot of people here enjoying this spot. So I'm going to turn the camera around. A lot of people like to come here and just put their lounge chairs right out in the water, let their feet into it on a hot summer day. Very refreshing here at the Little River. This water's coming down off of the mountains, so from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So as you might imagine, it stays a bit cool even in the heat of summer. Up here, you may be able to see that rope swing hanging out over the water. There's a place to launch yourself from out into the water. This section there is a bit deeper. I've seen people catch fish here too, trout. A lot of people trout fish in the Little River, do fly fishing and things like that. Of course, you would need proper permits to do any fishing, assuming you weren't at an age where the permit was not required. Here's the little rock beach. Just a small little place, but it doesn't take much on a day when there are not many people here to sit and enjoy the pleasant white noise sounds of the Little River as it makes its way towards the Tennessee River and Fort Loudon Dam, miles and miles down this waterway. We're here at the Special People's Park. This is a handicap accessible facility with right along the highway here. You can see it has a ramp that will take people with mobility issues right down to the water. So if you know someone that may have those kind of difficulties or challenges, this is a place right along 321. We're right across from the Apple Valley Barn and a few other commercial places. I believe there's some restaurants over there. There's a winery right across the street. Let's give you some landmarks of where we're at. It'd be real easy to drive right by here. There's some trees that kind of screen the view from this point. But wouldn't want you to miss this, especially if you have family members that could benefit from a place where they might not normally get to go if they were on a walker or perhaps in a wheelchair. This will allow them to take advantage of the beautiful scenery here. So keep that in mind. Let friends you know who may have those kind of difficulties know about this so that they too can benefit from it. Well, we found our way off of the pavement. This is a little natural area that's maintained, I think, the Tuckaleechee Garden Club. We'll check the signs later. Has a nice pathway down this section of rapids on the little river. We've stopped at a few places, but there are many we passed by. If we stopped at every point of interest, this would be a really long video, and it would be really broken up. But we're trying to hit the highlights, at least the ones that we know about. That doesn't mean that there aren't others. If there are points along the way that you find interesting or that you would like to share with others, please comment on this video and share what you find interesting. There are lots of plaques, markers for the different kinds of plants and trees. Like here's a sugar maple. Gives you some information about this kind of tree. You'll notice the number 28 there. Should be a 28 somewhere around the sugar maple. I do not see it, but it's probably here. Here, a red mulberry tree. Number 30. This is a tree I'm not familiar with an American hop hornbeam. This is number 29, it says, and I see the 29 right here. So I found the 28. American sugar maple. So this is a good way to get familiar with some native trees and native plants here in East Tennessee at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. Pawpaw tree. Of course, spring's not here, so we don't have all the leaves out, and the flowers are not out at this time. Probably won't be long, though. Pawpaw tree. Of course, spring's not here, so we don't have all the leaves out, and the flowers are not out at this time. Probably won't be long, though. Hackberry. I know this tree. It's one I have on my property. Very distinctive bark on this tree. Hackberry typically lives to be 150 to 200 years old. That's very interesting. Black walnut. See the 32 on the tree here. So these numbered plaques are very helpful to help you appreciate the variety of living things here in East Tennessee. Look here. So I guess it's not too early for some things to be putting out their flowers. Little sprays of color here off the beaten path of 321. So perhaps you'll get a chance to come and enjoy this for yourself. Once again, these are all free to the public, designed for enjoyment of those who take the time to slow down, look around, and appreciate the natural wonders that this earth has right here in our own backyard. Well, we're here at the Little River Railroad and Lumber Company Museum, currently closed. Free to the public, I understand. Interesting history from this area. A century ago or more, a lot of logging took place in this area prior to the formation of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's a major employer. The trees that they harvested from this area were absolutely huge. They were old growth trees. Eventually that was stopped. Great Smoky Mountains National Park was formed, and now it's more of a pristine condition. A lot of history in that area as well. 321 will actually take you into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. That's the direction that we are actually heading. You may have noticed that we've passed through an area of more business, retail, that kind of area. So we're getting down to an area much more like that, with lots of restaurants and things. A lot of these were added in the last couple of decades or even sooner. Townsend restricts the development of the area to not let it get too overgrown. They want to maintain the moniker of peaceful side of the Smokies. We are grateful for that. Pigeon Forge has its place for people who like that kind of thing, but for others, this peaceful side of the Smokies has a draw I hope that you find to your liking. We'll carry on down the road here in just a moment. We're at the Peaceful Tide Social, kind of loud, construction behind us, putting in a beer garden, which is good as the food. It's going to be a real plus. Had a really good time here. Outside seating, TVs out here, great food, really enjoyed it. The only problem is we may be too full to get back on our bicycles. But we'll do our best. We'll see you in a bit. Well, it's been quite a trek since we left the Peaceful Side Social. Had a nice meal there. We crossed over to the other side of 321 after that. There's a lot more residential properties, some motel, hotel type places to stay at on this side. But now we've made our way back down to where the Dancing Bean coffee house is, and the general store is, and a little strip mall-like area. Have a restaurant, ice cream, general store, thud shop. It's the Apple Valley Mountain Village. It has an advertisement here out in front, probably associated with this strip mall. The coffee shop is on the other side over there. Dancing Bear Lodge, I believe it is, up this way. Just up the road. See a couple of old barns off in the distance. Waterfall that I hear from here. There at the entrance of the Dancing Bear Lodge. So right now, we have taken some seats at the Smoky Mountain Outdoor Center. I do have a little bike rack here for our bicycles. It's probably the longest ride that we've had on this trip without stopping, and we did that on full bellies. Did y'all enjoy your meal at the Peaceful Side?
Yes. Very filling.
Met some interesting people to talk to that we may discuss later. Saw a friend that we know that works there. Had excellent food. Did not sample any of their craft beer, but did have food from their craft kitchen. Looking forward to going back there sometime in the near future when we're in a vehicle other than bicycles. So we're nearing the end of our trip. We're getting close to our vehicle where we parked and began this journey. So we hope you enjoy the rest of our ride as we head back that way. Phew! We made it back. At least some of us did.
We made it back safely and we had fun. That was the goal.
We had a really nice ride. I can't remember what time we got started, but it's probably been 3 or 4 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that seems a lot longer than...
Yeah, normally it wouldn't take that long, but we made a lot of
stopped.
stops along the way. We did some videos.
And we did lunch.
And we did, well, it was more of a, it was a late lunch, early dinner.
Banquet.
It's more of a grazing.
Yeah. Great day out here. Good, healthy activity once again. Nice way to get exercise in a peaceful environment. Of course, anytime you're on a bicycle, there are certain hazards that could occur, so you want to be safe. Having a paved access trail right along 321 is nice. It keeps you off the highway. You still have to be careful about road crossings and things like that. Of course, you don't want to fall off your bicycle or run into a guide wire or anything like that. But if you're not daydreaming too much in this beautiful area, you can probably remain safe. Plenty to do down here. as we saw with the water. There are opportunities to fish, opportunities to swim, wade, just sit and relax, walk, run, enjoy a nice meal. Lots of gift shops like the Smoky Mountain Outdoor Center here and some other places. We briefly stopped by the Townsend Visitor Center. Didn't do a video there, but they also had a nice gift shop. They had an artist gallery, but it was not open at the time. That would be interesting to see. I'm sure they have some local artists here. A lot of people come here. A lot of local artists live here already, and people come here because of the beautiful scenery too. So overall, definitely a day well spent. Glad that as a family we were able to enjoy this day together. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, comment below if you have any thoughts. I mentioned this earlier. We couldn't stop at everything down through here. There's lots of things to see and do. Let us know what you like to do in Townsend on the way to the Great Smoky Mountains. As I mentioned, way up the road where we began, you could add about 8 miles to your bicycling if you wanted to do that. Come down Old Walland Highway and then make your way down to Townsend here.
Honestly, I don't think I'd survive a bike ride like that.
Yeah, that's probably not our speed. Some people start there, go all the way through Townsend, go into the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and then right up to the Cades Cove Loop, around it, and back again. Those are serious bicyclists. Those people exist.
We love them too.
We want to be them.
I don't want to be them. No. But whatever your speed is, whatever your level of fitness is, you can find something to do here. So we encourage you to make use of this beautiful area at a time that works for you. Tell friends about it so that they too can enjoy it. Until we see you again, we hope you have a safe and healthy day, and we look forward to seeing you again. Good day.
Bye.
Bye.